Hey guys, it's Victoria Warren. It's currently September 5th and I'm at home filming this tonight. Now, through research for this topic, I came across something called standard-based grading, and I had no clue what that was, but through my research, I found out that it was super interesting because it made so much sense. And let's dive into it because I'm sure that you're probably wondering, just like I was, what exactly standard-based grading is. So, what is standard-based grading? Standard-based grading breaks down subject matter into smaller learning targets. So, these targets are actually the standards for the subject that we've been learning about in all of our classes. So, instead of just giving a simple letter grade at the end of the year, your grade is broken down by mastery of each of these standards. So you can see I can find the product of two-digit numbers and I can define a number sentence. So those are both standards that are going to need mastery by the end of this math class. And we call those targets. So throughout the semester, your student achievement on each of those targets is recorded by your teacher, as I'm seeing doing there, and you'll understand those numbers in just a few. Now, in traditional grading systems, students are given an overall grade that's based on a 100-point scale. So you've probably seen a grade similar to this, and it's based on all of the assignments for that term. But for standard-based grading, they're graded on mastery for each target or standard, which is, in the end, a lot more successful. Think about standard-based grading as a ladder. So when starting a new target, if your students have no background knowledge, they typically start at 1. There are many scales that you could use, but for our example, I chose to use a 1 through 4 scale. After instruction, some students will get it right away, others will not, and that's the great thing about standard-based grading, is teachers can regularly measure student progress. Teachers provide feedback, reteach, and offer other opportunities, such as reassessment, to reach the next step on the ladder. And as you can see here, 1 is little or no mastery, 2 is partial mastery, 3 meets expectations, and 4 is advanced, which is ultimately where we want to see our students at. Now, how does it improve education? Number 1 is better feedback. Instead of just receiving a letter grade, teachers can give feedback based on a set standard they see the student struggling with or thriving in. This helps students to understand what exactly they need help with and how to move up that ladder. So this provides personalized learning as well, because they see exactly what they need to work on, which is fantastic. It's not just a letter grade. Number 2 is student ownership of education. So because of the openness of standard-based grading, it provides, along with sufficient feedback, students can really understand what it takes to reach mastery of a standard. So here our student is hypothetically at a 2, but she wants to get to a 4. Well, with that feedback, she knows and has the tools that she needs to reach the top of the ladder and get that 4. Number 3 is relevant instruction. So because students learn at different paces in standard-based classrooms, well, in any classroom, teachers always know what level a student is on. They could be at a 1, at a 2, at a 3, or whatever scale they're using. So classrooms can break into smaller groups and have students work independently on appropriate level assignments. And this is something that I think we've all learned about in our past classes. It's called differentiated instruction, and this is basically providing tasks based on each student's needs. Why is this important? Well, number 1, it helps adjust teachers' instruction. So in the book Expecting Excellence, they stress the importance of how much information standard-based grading gives, so they can adjust instruction accordingly. So here we see that our students need most help with objective number 2, because that's what they scored the lowest on. It's across the board. Number 2, as said previously, students know what is expected out of them. They can clearly see the standard they're expected to learn and have instruction based on mastering those standards. It really helps achieve a growth mindset because students are continuously working towards mastery. They're not just receiving a bad grade and that's the end of it. So standard-based grading actually provides ample opportunity for reteaching and reassessment, so students can just keep swimming. So let's consider throwing out the traditional grading systems and say hello to truly helping our students achieve greatness. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.